The Seder is that Chalamet Sukkis, there is a Kinus of Tzach. And the Kinus takes place in 770. But at the end of the Yuds and the beginning of the Chovs, the Kinus took place in a different place. There was a hall on Kingston and Lincoln, or Kingston and St. John's, which was called something like B'nai Jacob, or something like that. And that's where the Kinus would take place during the day of Chalamet Sukkis. And the Seder was that night was the Simchas Beis HaShe'eva Farbringen of the Rebbe. Because we know in the earlier years, the Rebbe would Farbring the second day Sukkos, and also would Farbring one day Chalamet Sukkis, the weekdays in the Sukkah, and that was the special Farbringen of Simchas Beis HaShe'eva, had to do with Yeshiva Bochum, etc., but that was the Farbringen. That stopped after Tafshin Chov Dalet, which means the last time I think it was Chov Dalet, Chov Hey already, there was no Farbringen Simchas Beis HaShe'eva, and that stopped. But they say there used to be those years that the hemshech of the Kinus of Tzach used to be by the Farbringen of the Rebbe of Simchas Beis HaShe'eva. And the Seder used to be that the Rebbe would ask somebody from Tzach by the Farbringen to give a report of what took place by the Kinus during the day, and the Rebbe would then speak about it. So I want to repeat what was the Seder Tovshin Chof Aleph, which was the first time that I was there by this Kinus and by the Farbringen of Simchas Beis HaShe'eva. The Kinus was like every year in the hall. At night, by the Farbringen of Simchas Beis HaShe'eva, the Rebbe said that as it is every year, somebody will give over, Bekitzer, a report of what happened during the day. And then the Hemshech will be here, even though now it's at night already, but by Kochim, Halayla Hilchach Harayim, the night goes after the day, but Mela, this is a Hemshech to the Kinus. And then the Rebbe said that the Yeshiv Rosh of the Kinus should give over a report. And the Rebbe smiled, and the Rebbe said, Mistam is dort given einer, was he gesessen auf dem Kopf. It's an expression, Yeshiv Rosh, is a play on word, gesessen, sat on his head. But the Rebbe made a joke of it, and he said, Mistam is dort given einer, that was gesessen auf dem Kopf. Anyway, that Yeshiv Rosh should give over a report. And Reb Heske Gansberg, if I remember correctly, got up, and Bekitzer said something that what happened by the Kinus. Gave a report, Bekitzer, what happened by the Kinus. After he gave the report, the Rebbe spoke about the union of Shlichus. And the Rebbe said, from the report we see that the main nakuda that was spoken about was that the main thing is not the past, but we have to plan for the future. So the Rebbe said the main thing is that we should know that everyone is able to and should have the will to go. And the Rebbe referred to the Ma'aseh of the Baal Shem Tov, which he referred to earlier under the Farbringen. That a guy came in and asked the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov to help him in something, pull out the horse from the mud or something, and they said, we can't. And he answered, you could, you just don't want to. Moshe's done in Russian. So the Rebbe referred to that you are able to, and you have to have the rotzen, the will to do it. And the Rebbe said, as much as we did great things so far, but it's very, very little compared to what we could do. And the Rebbe kept on saying that when you go to a place and there's nobody else to do anything, you have to give yourself over with your whole seriousness to the Aveda, then you're able to conquer a whole city. He said, I don't mean officially conquer, but you could conquer it and pile on everybody, the young ones and the old ones, you could pile that even other places will hear what you're doing. The Rebbe said, I don't want to mention any names, but that's the fact, as we saw in the earlier years, that even without great expenses and without the great tirche, if you have the proper hachlota, the proper resolution to do it, knowing that it means you, and you plan to do it, you will accomplish. And you will have ashpoah on the whole place. And this is certainly, even if there's one person, but if there's more than one person there, you could accomplish much more. And he quoted the Gemara that we see that's something that one person could do, two people could do, not double, but much more. And the Rebbe says, we see lately that the problem is not money. If you work, there will not be missing any money. And there are people to work, you just have to give yourself over. Now, you have to work on it, the Rebbe said, not to rely on other people, because some people say, who am I to do anything about it? And some people shev al tai. So why should I do it? I worked so hard till now. So the Rebbe says Mashiach is waiting for people to work, and as long as you don't leak in shtusim, which is not eshkeit, the Rebbe said that you dafke want to drink fresh milk every day. You want to go for a walk on Broadway Avenue, or to show a trick that you're in New York and you still don't go on Broadway Avenue. You have to know the Shlichus is dafke to a place, it says in Samach Vav, where you do not want to be. That's where your Shlichus is. And we talk so that those that took upon themselves such a shlichus, that was nothing missing, not even begashmias, and certainly not beruchnias. So those that Rebbe said that want to sit with the cholov, would wash the milk and honey of America and of New York, So they are in a matzav that nicht ein, nicht aher. They're great, but they're not a shliach of the Rebbe. They're not doing the rotzen of the Rebbe. And the Rebbe said, I'm not saying any names, but those that I mean know that I mean them. But the main thing is that there should be a shinam in akotza now, that people should accept upon themselves the shlichus of the Rebbe. And to go wherever it's needed to go, whether it's across the street or across the yam, or even further, but they should know that the Rebbe is going along with them. And the Rebbe said it's possible for a person to be close to the tzion, to the oil of the shver, but you should be far away. Like the Pasuk says, Ponoi lai erev olei ponim. On the other hand, you could be far from there, but you could be ponim beponim. And the Rebbe said that you shouldn't wait, there should be hayro from gzeira gezarti v'chukek chakti, that I should make a gzeira to go, but people should themselves and they should come themselves and offer themselves that they want all the gute Sachen, begashmis berucht, they want to go to certain places which is far from, or whatever, a few kilometers or wherever, far from the Dal Damas of the Rebbe, but that's where they want to go. And then they will have good begashmis beruchnias. And the Rebbe said, if they do this, they will pay taka. It should be the Eifn of Ufaratz, the Yom of Ekedem, Tzefein of Negbo, and together with the Rebbe, the Meshaleach, all the Shluchim will go in front to greet Mashiach, and all the others will schlep along with them. And then the Rebbe said they should sing the Nigen Kio Namecho, which seems to be some Nigen that has Shlichus to Tzach. And when they sang the Nigen, the Rebbe got up and made with his hands very strongly to strengthen the singing of this Nigen.